Warning: this program is intended for adults of legal drinking age. Whiskey is consumed and discussed. The intent is to educate our palates on the differences of whiskey flavors and not an intent to get drunk. Please drink responsibly.
Where's this?
Hello, everybody. I've got something to share with you. It's a fact that I fucking love whiskey. I'm Andrew Pierce, and I'm here with Joseph and his brother.
Here we are. It's my brother Frank Limbaugh. And I know I fucking love whiskey. I'm pretty sure he does. But you know what? The jury's out. We'll find out during the show, I think, whether he does or not. Because we're going to taste some whiskeys. And we have a special whiskey from my dad who passed about 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
so
20 years.
1999. And yeah, so this show, we'd like to dedicate the show to James Limbaugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
To Jim Limbaugh.
Limbaugh.
Great guy, great dad.
Facts.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so great.
So
Also, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
he's watching. He doesn't do this whenever he streams. It's not just like he always thinks that she really is watching.
Yeah, she's watching.
Yeah. All right. Well, the show's called "I Fucking Love Whiskey," so we should probably
we should probably open whiskey. We think whiskey's for everyone. We think that it shouldn't be just the purview of us old farts. We think it's for everyone. Torabhaig, this is a new distillery. This is one of their first outputs. They're the new distillery on the Isle of Skye, next to Talisker. They're not next to Talisker, but it's the only other one on the Isle of Skye. So it's brand new. I'm very excited to try this one.
Yeah. So we've not tried this whiskey before.
We have not.
Not many people have, right? I would assume.
I would assume not.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's a new shoe.
Yeah. What's going on in there? It smells like shoe polish. It does, like a leathery shoe polish,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
As I always say, in a good way, right?
Yeah, in a good way. In a tasty way.
Yeah, this might be my favorite whiskey. We'll see.
So quickly.
I know it's kind of early to have a favorite whiskey, but that's a good.
Can't be the first one. It can't be the first one.
Have you seen the show? You've
Yes,
seen the
I've
show
seen the
before,
show. You're
so
right.
you know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it is rare that it's the first one.
Yeah.
I will agree to that. But that's a really interesting nose. I really like it. There's something very special about it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm in Oregon and I'm getting this excellent Oregon air. It's much better for smelling whiskey, you know?
Yeah. Evergreen pine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A lot more oxygen out there because you've got things that are actually alive, not dead twigs like we have here.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it's my favorite whiskey. This is really nice.
Yeah, we'll have to see though with the taste, because you never know, it might go in a weird direction. But I have a feeling this is going to taste good. I think this nose is not.
Not gonna lie.
It's not a trick. I don't think it's a trick. That's rare anyway. Wow. But yeah,
It smells very good.
Give it a shot, yeah.
all right, taste it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you might want to take smaller sips.
I did take a small sip.
Yeah.
That's good though.
Oh my gosh. That is subtler than I would have expected.
It is. Like the nose was a little more forward, but the taste is like, yeah.
It's a really tamped down peat. It's like it's just a, hey, you know what? I've got peat in me.
I'm from Isla, but don't tell the others. Some people don't. They're not into that.
They don't like, yeah.
It does smell a little casky.
It does smell casky. Yeah, there's like you can smell the oak. You know.
Yeah.
And that, once again, that first nose, like after taking a sip, that's always my favorite nose. Like I love to like smell it, you take the sip, and then that second nose.
Back into the nose, yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, Matt. I sent you samples of these whiskeys, and apparently not going to get there until Tuesday. I think you maybe saw the email I sent before the show, but welcome.
But as you watch the show, you can anticipate what they're going to be like.
Right?
You can go like this. Just watch the show and go.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is tasty. That was really good.
Yeah.
What was the name of that again?
Torabhaig.
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 And what is this?
creates the V sound in
Allt
Gaelic.
Glenn, Allt Glenn, Isle of Skye,
Yeah.
the Legacy series.
Allt Gleann. Gleann?
Allt
Gleann? I didn't look up a pronunciation guide beforehand.
I wonder if that just means alternate Glen or the other Glen or the Glen above. Like, I don't know what it means, you know, it's got to mean something, right? I'm sure Gleann is probably Glen.
Well, no, because Glenn is Glenn. Like Glenfiddich, Glen
No more than 30 first fill ex-bourbon.
And refill whiskey barrels. So
yeah,
that's a
got an
second
art room sort of a smell to it.
Tipsy Asparagus says it means old Glen.
You know what this kind of smells like? This is, I don't know, kind of out there, but you know, I play bagpipes very badly.
Okay, perfect.
And the bagpipe is made out of.
Does anyone play bagpipes well, though? Really?
I
think so.
I mean, very good point. But the bagpipe itself, that's underneath the cloth thing, smells like this a little bit. So these smell like bagpipes.
Nice. I think that's the first tasting note or the nosing note I've ever heard.
You know.
It was about bagpipes.
Yeah, that seems kind of on the nose since we're drinking scotch. Well, there is some more. Put some more in there. There you go.
Oh yeah.
This is unusual.
We might science it. I don't know. We haven't really talked about whether.
I think we're going to science it. Thad, what are you thinking?
I actually haven't tasted it yet. I'm still on the nose, but for the nose so far, I've gotten like right off the back, it was a smoked pork loin, and they were using like applewood chips to smoke it. I definitely got the shoe polish in there. Past that, there was like a white rice, like maybe jasmine perhaps, like very subtle, but it's like when you have dry rice and you rub your hands around it in it. And then even past that,
when do you do that? I've never rubbed my hands through dry rice.
You don't do this when you get, oh, look at the rice.
Yeah. Rice.
I feel like I've missed out on that experience now. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, if you nose it while Thad explains, it's kind of nice because you can like
pick up on yeah, I hear you.
And then like there was a weird like sprightly smell, like wintergreen or methanol in there. And then past that, it reminded me of the smell of mothballs.
Okay.
Which probably ties into the shoe polish, chemical smell there. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that stuff about the minty and the mothballs, because that was in there when I was trying to like grab a hold of it, and that's a really good. That just sort of light, high, sort of sparkly smell.
Sort of chemically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I will say I'm going to say this is my favorite whiskey. Like this is a good whiskey.
Okay, it's my favorite whiskey too.
You don't have to.
You don't have to say it, Frank. Don't feel pressure just because your brother's there.
I don't know. Okay.
All right. Now the question is, are we sciencing it? I guess. And you, Andrew, you're saying, yeah, we got.
I think I'm definitely going to science it because I need to know.
It's pretty interesting.
It's just 46%, which is
okay.
It may not react well to water.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to wear goggles when you do that though? It could be a reaction of some sort, right?
It's a safe science. It's a very safe science.
Want a science?
Yeah, I want a science.
You want me to science for you? Or?
Yeah, science work.
1 drop of water. There you go. You've been scienced. You've been scienced.
So what do you twist it? What do you do after you science it?
You don't really need. You just do the same thing.
Roll it a bit if you want,
and then you sip it. See if it's different.
I think it livens up the nose a bit.
I agree. Yeah. This is more like a barnyard, like a happy like it's like a barnyard, but not in the smelly way. Like it's a happy, magical, like Charlotte's Web barnyard of like,
where nothing stinks and all the animals live forever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And the grass is like, I don't know, it's just like, it's like this the scent of like, there could be like animal poop there, but it's not, it's like way in the back and mostly just grass.
And Charlotte does a web that says some scotch.
Some scotch.
Some scotch.
Some scotch.
That's some scotch. Apparently in the chat, Jill and Matt have been playing with rice and beans in kindergarten. That's an odd combo.
I guess if you're like, oh wow, I think it does a really interesting thing to the taste. It makes it more robust and zippy.
The finish is bigger.
Yeah. I would say water yes would kind of be.
I would say water yes too. That's unusual for us. We don't usually say yes to water.
Yeah.
And especially at 46%, that seems.
Yeah, it does. That's weird that it tastes different with just a little bit of water like that.
It's science.
That's why you don't drink stuff on the rocks, right?
Yes. That's
Precisely.
exactly right.
That is an
Unless it's bourbon.
uncontrolled science experiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
A piece of ice in your drink. So try it with just a drop of water first, and then you can put ice in it if you want.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you like an ice cube in your whiskey, you might not like whiskey.
Consider that maybe you don't fucking love whiskey.
Yeah.
Or even like it.
Yeah. Or Coca-Cola or anything else you're putting
Well,
in
then
whiskey.
you definitely don't like whiskey.
Yeah.
You're putting Coke in your whiskey, you don't like whiskey.
Yeah. You don't like yourself.
100%.
I think you don't like yourself if you put Coke in your whiskey.
You need to see a therapist immediately if you put Coke in whiskey.
Yeah, you're a Kardashian or something.
Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah, we've got like 4 more minutes on this. Well, what did Thad? I'm sure Thad France. I want to hear what he has to say about that.
Yeah, I just got done through trying it. The water did something weird for me, honestly, on the nose. On the nose, I got a lot more woodiness coming out, which I like. I personally like that. But there's this weird little bit of funk that came out that reminded me of hot dog water. Not hot dogs, but the water that hot dogs were cooked in.
Right. Hot dog water.
Hot dog water.
Who
doesn't like that?
The taste for me without water was I think I like it more without water personally. Without water for me, right off the bat, I got fresh cut grass, and then it turned into some burning coals, and then past that like a mild cheese, like a very mild cheddar for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm having a stroke. I don't know, but.
No, I hear. No, I hear what you're saying.
And then the finish definitely got some Campari on the finish, which is a bitter,
Yep.
but I enjoy the bitters sometimes, So
He had it right, and the woodiness came out more.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like Pinocchio's feet to me almost.
No, Thad is like our empirical, like qualitative good taster. Like Andrew and I, we're the face people. We're just here.
You're just here for.
And even then, we're not really good at the
and we're not even very good at that. So
We're not very good.
we're here to attempt to be charming, and Thad's here to make the show legitimate.
You guys are here for the ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies, guys, whoever's into it, really. I mean,
I don't know if you saw in the chat, Thad, but Matt says he's got some drink recommendations for you if you like the bitter. I bet he does. He's been trying crazy stuff. Matt, liqueur connoisseur, has been out there just trying amazing stuff. So check out his podcast if you can. You know what? I know it's a little ahead of schedule, but we have actually 5 whiskeys today because we have the special one, your dad's whiskey from 22 years ago. It is a bourbon. Let's throw that up there.
which we seldom have on the show, but this is like a
bottle up, I guess. There
we go.
The Eagle Rare.
10-year-old.
So Dad bought this shortly before he passed away, and he passed away suddenly. So he was planning on drinking this himself, I think so. But it was left to us. And we kind of batted around for years what to do with this bottle. Used it for a special event, a special occasion, which we had kind of planned on. We had a toast at an event for Joseph. And then we haven't drank it again, except when we're together. That's the rule. So we if we're together, we can kind of nurse it. We've been nursing it for years, obviously. And think about Dad, basically. And, so anyway, I'm going to speak to that.
Your glass is ready, right? Well,
yeah, my glass is ready.
We got to pour them too.
Yeah. So while you're pouring it, my father had some old port. And so that's what my sister and brother and I do when we get together is just we have some of that port. And I think we finished the last bottle because you have to drink it all. You can't just leave a port bottle open. You have to kind of
you got to finish it off.
Drink, I mean, it's over a course of a number of days, but still, you gotta go through it.
All right.
But you
so to Jim. Oh, that's a robust nose.
Good, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's now see, like I'm not like I like bourbons, but I'm not like bourbons, but this I really like the nose on this,
It smells like Christmas candy or something.
Yeah. It does. It does. It's like you open the door of like a Christmas candy shop, and it's like you're like walking past.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
There's also like a rich dark note in there of like,
now this is gonna sound bad, but like a horse blanket.
Yeah.
Just
I was thinking like
really,
like a dark crevasse in the earth where there's like a little crick in the bottom, and you're down there, and, maybe you got a little wooden fishing pole. That's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah. I love the smell of this actually. So I think this is my favorite whiskey.
All right, legit.
let's go for it.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
Like for a bourbon?
Yeah, because you know my opinion on bourbon, it's garbage.
I do. And I generally share it. But I do. This is an interesting bourbon. It's got garbage. Like a tart. It's not super sweet. Like it smells sweet, but the taste isn't super sweet.
Yeah.
And it's got like a tart ending to it.
Yeah, it really turns that corner on the end, and it comes, like the sweetness all goes away, and then it's just like maybe the rye comes out, and you get that kind of rye finish in it.
Definitely.
I like to describe my whiskey with geometry, so it's like this.
This is more of a dodecahedron than a tetrahedron, I would say.
I would say, yeah, probably right.
At least a 37 degree angle.
Maybe a parallelopiped. Maybe a parallelopiped.
Was it the shortest distance between two whiskeys a straight line? Oh, that's algebra.
No, it's the shortest distance between my mouth and a whiskey is a straight line.
I'm glad we got the science figured
so
out.
Our dad, he loved whiskeys. That we got figured out. He and let's see, he was a great guy. He had one joke he told though, and you probably have already heard it. So the punchline was basically, I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you. So I probably heard that 3 times a year for all of his life. So
well, there's also the joke about smart pills.
Oh, that's right.
About which?
Smart pills. This guy was selling smart pills, and so another guy like bought some, and he was like, smart pills, huh? And then he tasted them and goes, these taste like rat turds. And the guy who sold them goes, see, you're getting smarter already.
It's terrible.
I know, it's totally a dad joke. It's 100% a dad joke.
It's 100% a dad joke.
I just want to share this picture with everyone at home.
Who are these people?
Oh my goodness. Oh,
no. Look at us. We look terrified. Don't we? I mean, I think that's a Christmas tree.
It's a Christmas tree.
So what?
Look how happy you guys are. What a happy childhood you had.
It's like, is this giant stealing our souls? What's happening? I don't know. Maybe they were like, hey kids, Christmas is canceled. All right, take the picture.
I know. Something like that.
I don't know.
You guys, you were up all night. No Christmas for you. No Santa Claus. No.
Wait a minute. We do not support all forms of whiskey consumption. Actually, we do. Fine. It's your whiskey. Do what you want with it. But,
Yeah.
I do not support putting ice cubes in first off. Start like this. Start neat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just reacting to what Thad put on the in the channel.
What did he say?
He said, we support all forms of whiskey consumption.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Really bold to speak for the channel.
I know, right?
What's up with that? I mean, some people put alcohol in weird places to get drunk. So I have to agree with I don't support all of them.
So Andrew, would you order an old fashioned or something if you were in a bar? Or
if they had crappy whiskey, I would do it. Yeah.
That's fair.
If all they had was bourbon, you put bourbon in anything you want.
Now,
thank you for
Portland. You need to come up to Portland. They have a bar called the Multnomah Whiskey Library. Have you heard of that place?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's huge. It's beautiful, all old oak and everything. It's very hard to get into, and they have fantastic whiskeys. I think you would love the place.
Is it hard to get into because they have a narrow door?
It's hard to get into because they limit the number of people.
They like shove at you as you try to walk in. If you can get past the gauntlet of people, then you're allowed to have it.
You got to
Don't they have like a whole wall? It's like a library. Like they have a whole wall of whiskeys, and they have like the sliding like ladder and everything. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's
Matt's asking what year this bottle's from. Since it's 10 years old and it was purchased in 2020, I would guess it's 1990.
Well, we think the bottle was produced in like 1999 or 2000,
okay,
probably around there. But it was 10 years old then, so yeah, it aged 10 years. So
okay, so the bottle's from around 1999, 2000.
Yeah, somewhere around.
Might be around 89 or 90. Okay.
Yeah, I looked for the year on there, and yeah, so
there's no year.
You think Reagan could have been president when that bottle was put together? So, or when that was
when the cask was filled.
The cask was filled.
Was he late 80s? When was Reagan?
88, right? Was it 88? I don't know. Or it's that Bush. I don't know. I've already had enough whiskey, I think. So.
Right, so it's already gone. Liqueur connoisseur is saying you guys should meet up at the place in Portland.
Oh, at Multnomah Whiskey Library? Yeah.
We'd have to drive into town.
Yeah.
We're on the coast right now. This also has a citrusy taste to it as
It does,
well.
it does.
Like kind of like almost like I don't know, like almost like a citrusy drink, like an old fashioned or something, or like the rind of an orange.
Yeah.
Like orange zest kind of.
Or I think maybe like one of those, orange flavored or citrus cleaning products has been used inside of a shelf with a plastic liner on the bottom of it. That's kind of where I am.
I love these sort of tasting notes. I love these so much. It's like, when you have the crud on the bottom of your shoe and you scrape it off, after walking in the mud in Louisiana. And it's like, it's not the crud itself, but it's like the way your fingers smell after you touch the crud, but in a good way, in a delicious way.
100% right.
All right. Are we going to science this guy here? It's like,
I mean,
well, there's more, dude. We have
I'm drinking away.
Frank,
you got to pace yourself. We have 3 more whiskeys to drink.
Oh, I'm pacing myself.
Yeah.
So Frank, what was your first introduction to whiskey? What got you hooked?
Well, when you're younger, you drink fruity drinks and all that stuff, right? And mixed drinks and everything. And I didn't like whiskey as much, but I think probably stealing something from Dad's liquor cabinet when he was out.
And what was the whiskey he always had? He always had a whiskey, like it was
not expensive.
It was like it was like a Jim Beam or something, but it wasn't Jim Beam, but it was like a slightly to the side, like it was like something that you wouldn't. It wasn't like it was like
it wasn't like Jack Daniels. It wasn't Wild Turkey.
Right. Yeah. It was one of those sorts of things, but like, no, but this is the one you get when you're, it's like smoking American Spirit cigarettes. It's like, I'm not smoking, I'm smoking this. It's like a little bit like has some personality to it or whatever.
And I don't know if this is true, Andrew, for you. I feel like you get older and your palate sort of changes and whiskey becomes even better. And then you realize when you can taste the differences between the scotches and all that. Like it's a whole new world to explore, basically. So I like this better than
That's good.
I like this better than beer. Stay in frame.
It's gonna be harder as he drinks more.
Just be like,
you get
I'm gonna point you want.
Get in any frame you want to get.
I just want to say my face was very pink before we even started. So it's not the whiskey.
You've been trying to blame that on the suntan you got at the beach all day. I don't know.
We were at the beach, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So.
Tad, you have some of this, right? Do you want to give your tasting notes?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, sure. I'll speak. Sorry about that. Hold on.
Brutally honest, Thad. You don't have to. If you don't have to, tell us what you think.
Sorry about that. For me, I actually I really enjoy this. It surprised me. I'm not a huge bourbon fan. I mean, there are bourbons out there that I do enjoy and I do like. This one surprised me. On the nose, I got like some grape soda, some cherry cough syrup, and some raspberry extract. And then obviously it's bourbon, so it has to be fresh virgin oak, and I get oak in there. I mean, on the taste for me, I got some furniture polish. The raspberries come through also on there, and some fermented sugar. So kind of like molasses, but not really. Kind of. And then the water for me, I could have it either way, honestly. I don't think the water changed it too terribly much for me.
I agree. It's very similar.
Yeah.
But on the taste with the water, I got more of like some tart pies that like some homemade tart pies that you would get like, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah.
I think it is one of the things that I really like about this bourbon as a bourbon is the tartness. Like that to me is the standout quality.
Yeah.
And why it's kind of special, and I'm sure why you know, I guess this is like I don't know, hard to get, or like was, I don't know, tricky to get. But anyway, I like the tartness.
And we have a little bit left, so next time Joseph comes, we can get into this again. We can
You have to
keep
put it in a
nursing
smaller bottle so it doesn't oxidize, right? I mean,
Yeah. I have to move it.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have some of the sample bottles left over, so you can use those.
Thank you. Perfect.
All right, I'll start to set up the next
Mm.
one.
So what are they pouring next? That's a good question. Let me
Yes.
inform you.
What are we pouring next?
It is this weird but brilliant. This is an
Ooh.
Inchmurrin, which is from the Loch Lomond distillery. It's their output. It's weird but brilliant. 112.85, 20 years old. One of 200 bottles they got out of this second fill ex-bourbon cask. 56.8% alcohol.
And this is an SMWS, which obviously I'm excited about. I'm always excited about.
We always love that what they do.
Scotch Malt Whiskey Society.
Is that a secret club to get into?
It's not secret. You should
Not
join. I mean, you could, because they'll ship it out here. I bet. I wonder if they can
Mhm.
ship it to Oregon. Oregon has.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Not like California.
I mean,
California's fine. I think they can ship anywhere. I don't think they're limited. But you go on the site and check. What?
what's going on with that?
Holy cow.
I feel like I'm smelling a completely different liquid. Like this is
Yeah.
just like I was smelling bourbon, and now, and even like the first one, if I'd gone straight from the first one, it's like I was smelling Scotch. Now I'm smelling Scotch. Like it's like, oh, that's right. It's weird.
That is
weird
going to
but
nail it on
brilliant.
the nose, I'm sure. But this is what?
This smells like a printer, like a print shop to me. Like when I pick up postcard games and they're first printed, you know what I mean? You open up that
Mhm.
box,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I get
the
that.
box printed pamphlets or like cards.
But it's got none of the candy, none of the vanilla, none of the other notes that I expect out of a whiskey. So calling this weird.
Also tea, like just basic Lipton tea is the other thing it smells like.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
freshly
Or
printed
iced tea.
the
Iced
freshly
tea.
printed thing, I get that. But there's something else
Yeah.
there. It's just like
Iced tea.
I can't put my nose on it. There's something that's very familiar about this. But
Like pencil shavings, like the shavings. Oh man, this is heading towards my favorite whiskey. It's definitely heading in that direction.
like freshly painted handrails. Does that is
Yeah.
that too specific?
Yeah, but nothing else, just handrails, freshly painted handrails. Like you go to put your hand on it. So whoa.
Oh, it says wet paint. Oh my gosh.
That smells like.
I mean, it's like latex paint almost.
There is
Yeah.
there is a smell of latex in there a bit. Like if you've ever had like latex makeup or done like had any prosthetics.
that's what it is. Yeah, it smells like the putty you do makeup out of.
Talking about nose putty, like
Nose putty, yeah. That's really
What is it though? There's another
bizarre.
something in there, like daffodils. Like I think.
Membership rose 18%. Yikes. They do have specials on occasionally though, where you can, get membership for like $99, and that $99 is a discount toward your first purchase or something.
The
So
price rose 18%. Is that what you're saying?
That's what Matt's saying.
to join the society.
Yeah.
Is there a handshake or anything? Or
Oh, there's a very secret handshake. I can't show you. Joseph will have to show you after the
okay, we
I can't
promise?
show you. I'm not a member.
Oh, that's
You're
right.
not-
I mean, you know it, but you can't show them because you're not a member.
Right.
Oh,
I wanna
okay. Well,
taste it.
I think we have to go into this. This
Gotta
is
taste it.
this is weird.
What the hell? What is this beverage? This is not even Scotch. What is this? This is weird but brilliant. This is one of the best names SMWSs I've had in a while.
That is like I ate something solid. That is not whiskey. What the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I just like took a bite of like a perfect freaking orange, like a slice of orange and a slice of lemon together, just like just a bite of one.
And like
but also
the
like
cake that
cream
just
on it,
dissolves
maybe?
in your mouth, right? It just like a cake that does all, that's all I can go to.
It's like a fizzy cake, a fizzy.
It is like a Willy Wonka candy in Scotch form, kind of, where it tastes whatever you want it to be.
This is refrigerator. Try this.
You go back to, yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Gene Wilder, who is the only Willy Wonka that I will ever accept,
I agree.
is, you know, he's saying like, you know, taste it. It's whiskey. It's food. It's food. It's whiskey. Give it a try.
Good day, sir.
This is Banana Town. Not that I taste bananas, but it's cuckoo.
No bananas.
No.
Yeah, that nose, it's so clean and fresh. This is like one of the cleanest, freshest, most expansive whiskeys. Like it's just an open prairie, you know, but it's weird. It's like an open prairie with oranges and lemons in it.
It's got some bite too, Dan.
Yeah, 56.8%. You got some bite.
Wow. That's good.
Now, Bamana, what is happening in my mouth?
Yeah, that's amazing. It's like a little fireworks explosion of delight. Or yellow cake, or like lemon cake, or
Yellow cake.
but like a cream cheese frosting.
And I know I say this every time, but this is why I fucking love whiskey. Like this is a different experience than any other whiskey I've ever tried.
It's so well named. It is weird but brilliant. Like it's so like, it's like this is the thing, this is the set of things you expect from whiskey. But you know what? We're gonna give you some flavors over here, up in here, yeah. And that's still whiskey, idiots.
That's an insulting whiskey. Wow.
Hey, it can be however it wants. It's weird but brilliant.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Thad, what are you getting out of this? This is cuckoo.
I still haven't tasted it yet. But you all nailed probably, 80% of my notes. Like I definitely get the print shop. And I definitely get, I get a little bit of anise in there on the nose, which is very strange because normally I do not get licorice on the nose at all, or anise. And then like it's that smell like you walked into like a stale, dusty room that you haven't walked into in like 5 years or so, and you just get that fresh wisp of air. And then past that, it started to evolve a little bit the more I let it sit, and I started getting some more greener notes like chia seeds or wheatgrass, and some lighter notes like vanilla pods. Not vanilla extract, but like the actual pods that you would cut open and scrape vanilla
And rub
out
between
of.
your fingers.
Exactly.
Yes. Like you do with rice.
Yes. But I haven't tasted it yet, so.
Well, just so you know, this is my favorite whiskey.
It's my favorite whiskey. I think that's an easy call. This is so unique.
It really is a different taste. I mean, compared to everything else I've ever tried with this.
Yeah. And this is only the third whiskey today. We have 2 more whiskeys to taste. It's a good day.
We're so lucky. Oh, it's
I just want to sniff this though. I want to keep sniffing.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't want to drink it. I want to smell
Yes,
it.
great nose.
yes, you get it.
Now, does this make sense? It's like the taste is running away from my tongue. Like it's the taste is like going, I'm hiding on you. No. What do you think? No, I'm over here. No.
It's like the finish is ghosting you, right?
Yes.
It's like, that was fun. Bye.
Yeah.
Or even not that. It's like, that was fun. And you're like, oh, where did that whiskey go? He already left. He didn't say goodbye to me. What are they saying in the chat? Anything good?
Just Matt's just saying, I want to hear Thad's notes. Your notes are fine, whatever, you guys. Andrew Joseph, be quiet.
Hey,
we want to hear
I
from
feel the
Thad,
same
who has
way.
got
I
the
don't
real
wanna-
tasting notes.
I don't want to hear my notes. I just want to hear Thad's.
I kind of want to hear Thad's too.
I mean, honestly, I'd say that y'all's notes are better than mine. I tasted it finally. All the taste, I definitely get the orange and lemon a lot. What I also get is like a really dirty funk, and like that weird sensation that happens to your mouth when you eat stinky cheese. Like, not any cheese in particular, but like, stinky cheese.
Sticky cheese. Yep. I agree with him.
That is magical. This is a magical scotch.
What the hell? Yeah, it's that flavor which just kind of like seems like it's trying to avoid you at the end, and I get that stinky cheese kind of reference there. That's where I feel it.
Okay, question.
Cuckoo.
Is anybody sciencing this? Because I don't want to. I like it where it is. I mean, I have a feeling though, I have a suspicion, having done this for a while, that it will do something interesting. I think it might. I think this.
He's doing it.
I think this Scotch will hold up to sciencing, but no, I'm gonna wait and see what Andrew says. He's got a whole bottle. We only have this.
Yeah, yeah.
The nose,
which is a big part of this. Like the nose to me is like the nose is here and the flavor is like here, but the nose is definitely the standout quality.
Yeah,
of this
definitely.
Scotch for me.
yeah, with the nose, I would not recommend that on the nose.
Oh well, unless it makes the flavor amazing, and
Except in the finish, the water makes it less special.
okay.
The finish does something. It's a bigger, bolder finish now. Like it is all over my mouth. The flavor is no longer hiding from my tongue in the finish. It's now like, oh, here I am. You're trying to get rid of me? No, I'm gonna stay. You can't. I'm an invaded house guest. I'm here. Like, no, you're fine. I actually like you. No, I'm uninvited. I'm here. I'm here.
So it's like you got the whiskey drunk.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Now you want to science it? You can if you want to.
I'd like to science it. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Dad.
do it. I agree with Andrew on the water. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like it kills the nose for me, and it takes everything down a level. And a couple of things that came out before I added water. On the nose, I also got butterscotch, and on the taste, I got some pears. With the water, it added a very plain oatmeal taste to it.
In the palate or in the finish?
In the palate, like right off the bat in the palate, it was like a very dry, plain oatmeal.
All right, I'll put a little bit. I'll do it. I'll try it.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
taste
there it
the
is.
oatmeal. I hear the oatmeal. I taste the oatmeal.
It's all synesthesia with whiskey.
Matt is
I got
saying,
it.
I'm wondering if you are all too limited by drinking only whiskey. Maybe it's a clone of something great that's available as liqueur or Amaro or something. And I would say to you, there's too much whiskey in the world to try anything else. Quite well
Yeah,
taken.
once I've tasted all the whiskeys, I will move on to some other stuff. Once I've tasted
Yeah.
all the whiskeys.
Yeah.
Once we've tasted all the whiskeys, we'll move on to the next stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that oatmeal's a good.
Did you try with water? Did you?
Yeah, we both did water.
It's different.
Yeah.
I think
It's
without
better.
water though, this is a miracle. And with water, it's interesting.
Yeah. Like I don't hate it with water, but definitely I liked it a bit better without.
Yeah,
But it's still, but you're right. It's like the flavor is so with the water, it's like, oh wow, it's so weird how it reversed it. How now it's like flavor, you want more flavor? I have it. Whereas before it was like, well, I'll give you some flavor later. No.
Don't talk to me. Holy smokes. That's, sometimes you get the label at SMWS and you go, I think that one's going to be good.
It's also just so well named. This is like, because also
really
sometimes you'll get an SMWS and you're like, that's what they called it. I feel like they're just reusing some words they've used before that are popular,
Right. So here's the tasting notes that they actually wrote. The nose was weird but brilliant, like brightly colored odd socks. Okay. Tutti frutti, brown sugar, nougat, and desiccated coconut on the left, while the right spoke of potting sheds and forest floors, wood, earthy mushrooms, hedge clippings, and herbs. The Demerara. Herbs. The Demerara and toffee sweet palate was smooth and juicy. Muscat grapes, elderflower, pineapples, peaches, watermelon, mango, and cloudy lemonade with a chalky woody finish. The reduced nose uncovered more spice, black pepper, nutmeg, and cinnamon buns dusted with cocoa powder. The palate combined exotic fruits, lychee, banana, white peach, with Sweet Delights, chocolate.
I think it's
coconut,
lychee,
vanilla.
isn't it? Lychee.
Lychee, yes, sorry. I like lychee.
I don't.
With Sweet Delights, chocolate, coconut, vanilla, manuka honey. Then the finish had fresh, slightly resinous wood.
Resinous wood.
Resinous
now
wood.
that's an SMWS special right there. Is that sort of artistic tasting note?
That's a good. That's good.
How do you desecrate a coconut?
I mean, you don't want to know. There's more than one way, though. There's more than one way to desecrate a coconut.
You know what?
I think it's desiccated coconut, not desecrated
Oh,
coconut.
okay, all right, that makes more sense.
Desiccated, not
Are we gonna be trying
desecrated.
hot wings?
Desiccated.
Are we going to be trying hot wings? What?
Yeah, I thought that was, you did hot wings on the show. Is that something else?
That's a different show.
All right,
Different
sorry,
show.
never mind.
That's a much more popular show.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson's gonna show up and she's gonna have hot wings with us in a second.
Really?
Matt's saying that sounded like a description of aged rum, and I'm like, okay, I can see that. And actually, there's maybe some similarity with some rums.
I don't know. Rums have like a sweetness to them
Funkiness.
that didn't really have. Like
Yeah.
it didn't have like that sort of deep, rich.
But
sweetness
the
to
the
it.
kind of funk that I get in that, maybe, I don't know.
I would be so surprised by a rum that tasted like that even more than I would be by like the whiskey
Yeah.
tasting like that.
True enough. And
I
Matt,
mean,
you'll
honestly,
be
it
able to
didn't even
test it
taste
on.
like a whiskey. So like, I don't even like saying it tastes like a rum.
Was
It's
it?
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Matt will be able to try it on Tuesday, and he can tell us what he thinks.
I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
Do you guys think if you gave somebody
love
this
that.
blind, whether they would even know it's a whiskey?
Well, it's hard to say too, because like the line when you drink things in a lineup like this, it like influences your palate.
Yeah.
So I if you just drank this right out of the barrel, like I think you would know it was whiskey. I don't think it would be as subtle necessarily.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Especially
Without
coming
a-
at 56. Let's move on to our Faultline bottling. This is an Alexander Murray that I think it's Alexander Murray, right? Yes, Alexander Murray in partnership with K&L Wines, which is in San Francisco. And we lost him.
Hold on, I'm here. I'm doing this on. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm doing this on my iPad, and I just got a phone call. And it was like, oh, you don't do this. Whatever you're doing here, you probably want this phone call, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know it would come over my iPad either. That's interesting.
All right, so it's a
Sorry.
K&L. It's from the distillery GlenAllachie, and it is aged 24 years in oak. That's all it says. Oak. It doesn't tell you what kind of oak.
24 years.
24 years.
I bet this is going to be smooth.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, yeah,
I love K&L wine. I just gotta say.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
like cotton
just
candy.
like just like random.org, K&L Wines should sponsor us.
This is like the highest quality cotton candy. I like if you had the most like it's like we found the finest sugars to spin into cotton candy. Like it's like this isn't regular cotton candy. This is the most rich, delicious cotton candy.
Oh, it's oh my gosh.
It's so sweet and light, like light and sweet. Like meringue or like, any sort of spun foamy sugar.
Oh my gosh.
It's also something floral in there though.
I don't know if it's still available. This may be a PX finish I have in my notes here. That's the wrong line. So no, ignore everything I just said. Oh, yes.
All right.
that's the
All right.
line.
This also kind of smells like Bartles and James wine coolers. I have to say.
I'm
Also
not
featuring
sure
brothers,
if the fault
right?
line is still
Also
available.
featuring
But it was
brothers,
once-
yeah.
Also featuring brothers.
To brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's your brother going to be on the show, Andrew?
That's a good question. I'll have to go up at Christmas because that's usually when I see him, and I'll be able to get the sample bottles up to him then. So probably in the next year.
All right.
We'll do that.
I like this nose. This might be a whole lineup of my favorite whiskeys. You know what I mean?
This on the nose. This is my favorite whiskey right now too. I agree with that.
So different. This is such a great lineup as far as variety too. This is so different than what we've had.
Ah, it smells good.
It
It smells really good. That's my notes. My notes are smell good. So yeah.
So descriptive, Frank. I'm glad we
I
have you
know.
on the show.
I am a word smith.
It's like we have Frankenstein on the show. Smell good, whiskey good. Water bad, whiskey good.
I fucking love.
Fred Flintstone stand-in. There you go. So
Oaky, hint of pear. Pear good.
I think alcohol in here.
Although I will say that for me, it's like nectarines or peaches. There's maybe a bit of that in there. But there's also some sort of floral, like I said, floral, but I don't know flowers well enough to know.
No, it's rose.
I don't think it's roses.
I think it smells rosy.
Like I want to say jasmine, but I don't know.
Oh.
All right, we should probably taste it,
mint.
right? Should we taste it? We should taste it.
A mint. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh boy. That is a little bit of a journey.
Favorite whiskey.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
like this
agree.
quite a bit.
Favorite
This is
whiskey.
really good.
Yeah.
Which one?
I
GlenAllachie.
GlenAllachie.
Alexander Murray.
Looks good.
Another independent bottler.
Yeah. And then they partner with K&L and they do this Faultline branded output, which always has wonderful little artworks on it. It's a little candle in the ocean under the moon.
Aw.
Just like a candle in the ocean.
Candle in the wind.
No, in the ocean.
It could be windy in the ocean.
Didn't look windy.
It did look windy. There were
Some
waves.
waves.
Those waves are from
The moon.
moon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, let's see if we can recreate that picture.
There you go.
Look up there. Look up there.
Don't smile. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
There
Nailed it.
we go. I like our bull haircuts. Thanks, Mom.
Is
This
Mom
is the
watching?
whiskey show that made our mom cry.
I bet.
I just like that. It was. I remember having hair that you could cut. That was great back in the day.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right, Frank. Who asked Joseph on the show anyway?
I know.
You did.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's easy. You just have to sleep under a pyramid in a vat of collagen. It's not, and you'll be fine.
Does not sound comfortable.
It's worth it. Oh yes,
Yeah.
I've never done this before. I made Andrew snort whiskey. This is like a milestone for me. I feel like
That's probably painful,
like-
right?
it's on many levels. It's a victory for me. For
Oh,
sure.
good for you. Congratulations.
I'm only sad this didn't happen yesterday on April Fool's Day. That would have made it perfect.
You know what?
Andrew, I'm also
had,
sorry I made you snort whiskey.
I had 0 pranks pulled on me on April Fool's Day. No one tried to do anything to me. Very, very sad.
You didn't even see anything on Facebook where someone was like, "Me and my wife are getting separated. We're gonna live apart," like that thing everyone was sharing, or like
I am off of Facebook, so no, I didn't. I was very
Oh
happy.
yeah, no one sent you a text that was just a picture of like the text loading or text writing image. No one did that.
Oh, that explains the text.
That's
my
pretty
daughter
good.
got yesterday.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Where you're like, "Why isn't it loading?" She's
Yeah.
typing and typing.
I
She's
thought
not.
it was my Wi-Fi. The bad Wi-Fi. Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that idea.
I love-
Next week. Next
I
week.
love that you didn't even realize you got pranked until now. That's like, she'll finish writing it eventually when she makes up her mind.
With whiskey brings clarity. So
It
Oh,
does.
writing. Oh my God.
It does. Oh man. Yeah. I've only had one sip of this, man. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear what that is to say. That taste though, that sip, it had so many, like it was a whole journey of like different flavors that it kept, this is like the everlasting gobstopper of like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's got all those layers. Thad, have you tried it yet?
Yeah. I would say. Sorry about that. Yes, I have. What I would have to say is, for the nose at least, I wouldn't add water. But without water, on the nose, I was getting some white wines, like walking through a field of wheat, some pears. I definitely got floral, but the flowers I was picking up were lilacs and honeysuckles.
Honeysuckles.
that's it. Yes.
Some cinnamon sticks, and then very, very deeply nested in there. I got a little bit of funk, and it reminded me of blue cheese or really cheap beer that skunked.
Oh.
And the beer would probably be a lager of the skunk variety.
Very
A skunky lager. That's very specific.
Skunky lager.
And then for the taste, it's lively, it's fizzy, it dances around in your mouth. The only real flavors that I could honestly pick out were a dense cake that has like a little bit of like a lemon like thin icing on it, and then some cream soda.
Yeah. I would also say like just that last sip I took, like white pepper is another like taste I think that is in there in the flavor.
White pepper?
White pepper, yeah.
Oh man. You know what? I fucking love whiskey. It's just
I think it's my favorite whiskey too.
Yeah. This is an amazing whiskey. It's really good. I fucking love whiskey. And this is why.
It's the best thing.
Now we know what it smells like and we know what it tastes like. How is it coming out of your nose? Like what is what are the notes for that?
Yeah, what are the notes on that?
I would say I got like fresh linen on the nostril. But also it had some bleach on it still, so it kind of stung coming out.
He's taking this seriously.
Yes, you couldn't. Did not expect that. You know,
We
fucking loves
want to
whiskey.
document the entire experience of drinking whiskey. Like, what does it look like geometrically? How does it make you feel? What does it sound like?
We will go a step further. We will blow it out of our nose. We're gonna give you all of the parameters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, once again, like now, Thad, you said you did science it, or you
So
did science it, right?
I would say if you were curious, I would definitely science it for the taste. It definitely changes it on the palate. I like it more. It somehow brings more life and more excitement to an already excited palate.
Props. It's fine. All right. Thad has never steered me wrong. Bing.
No, if there's one thing you can rely on Thad for is honesty with whiskey.
He lies about absolutely anything else. That. He's a fucking liar. Oh wow.
Not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah, it is livelier.
I like the nose. It's fruitier.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is great with water.
What the?
I really, Thad, you understated this. I think it's awesome with water.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's so many, like before it was like, here's some flavors, you can't discern them. And then it was like, here's some flavors, you can discern them. I know that's it.
Right. And getting back to the geometry, I get the high note, I get the high flavors up here, the light candy and flowers, and I get this low kind of bass thrum going on at the bottom that is just like some reduction of some sauce to just like almost a solid. Oh boy.
Yeah, you get the symphony in a coherent way with water, whereas before it's like a lot of great sound, but it's not, there's no journey.
So it's another one with water as a plus.
Yeah. Wow. Weird day.
The nose though, I get you, Thad. I lost something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more like I for me, it's fruitier and kind of more one note. Still like it a lot though.
It smells different.
Thank you, Frank, for your excellent note.
Oh, different smell. Fire bad.
Joseph, you said he'd be doing better. You said he'd try his best.
Oh, this is my brother. I love him.
Oh,
He's a good boy. Very good boy.
He thinks I'm a dog.
you know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for the one that I'm most excited about.
Oh.
All right.
Even though I was very excited about the other ones too. I was very excited about your dad's whiskey. This is Campfire on a Damp Morning, which I think feels very Oregon, as you said before the show.
Yeah.
This is SMWS 16.52, which is a Glenturret, Highland, Southern Highlands. 63.4%. It's a Re-charred hogshead.
Also, it's like one of those SMWs that I'm sure you saw that name and Andrew, and you were like, fine, I'll buy that one.
Yeah,
Get that one.
It is, you know, and that's what you kind of have to do with SMWS. You have to go by the tasting notes and go by the name and kind of go, that sounds like something I like, you know. When they're doing Isla ones and they say like smokers smooching a smoker, and I go, well, I would never want that in real life. I like that in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has smoke on it, and it's like, it seems like that's something you would want to. Yeah, that's it.
So here we go.
It's hard to cook breakfast at a camp on a rainy morning. I just want to say that.
This is just damp. It's rained the night before, and so it's just damp in the morning. So maybe the logs are kind of smoldering rather than really bursting into flame.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And this is the strongest whiskey we've had so far. So just keep that.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite whiskey in the nose immediately.
There it is.
He's already got it in his nose.
He's nosing.
He's
Oh yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. That is Smoky Petey. Hello, Petey.
Wow, that's.
Oh yeah, rubber tire.
Yeah, it's that old rubber tire
toy
hanging under the
with like some water in it, like some
water in the bottom of the tire. Yeah, and the bough that it's on from a pine tree is also moist, and you've got that early morning. It's not boiled off yet.
Or it's like you're walking into a tire store, except for it's a tire store that's out in the middle of the forest, a rainy forest, and the gate is open. Like if there was a tire store in the middle of a rainy forest and not near a Costco.
Isn't that Portland?
Yeah, probably.
Like a new dog chew toy to me.
Yeah.
I think it has peat in it. I think this is a Highland whiskey with peat.
It possibly does.
Possibly. Teeny touch of peat.
But it's also from like,
Well, it kind of smells like a paper mill. Driving by a paper mill.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but that new rubber is, or even old rubber, it's rubber.
Or it smells like summer school or not summer school, but outdoor school. Like or
smells
camp.
like discipline.
Or like camp. You know, like outdoor school or camp. Outdoor school is basically camp.
It smells like a nun's ruler.
Smells like it's being slapped.
But in a good way.
In a good way.
I do want to taste this. This is like one of those things you got like, usually a lot of times if I like the nose, I'll just be like, I can just smell this forever. But this, I'm like, I nose it a few times and I'm like, I want to taste it. So bad. I want to taste it.
Let's do it.
Well, that's interesting.
Wow.
That does taste like a fire, like a campfire.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so appropriately named.
Also with like some nicely, perfectly cooked marshmallows.
Yeah.
And hot dogs.
Yeah.
Those are all there.
You have that for breakfast?
I mean, I want to now. Oh, wow.
You're out in the woods. You can have anything you want for breakfast.
It's like you put the marshmallow and the hot dog on the stick together and you roasted them perfectly so the marshmallow didn't burn, and then you just took a bite of both of them. You know?
If you can have anything you want for breakfast, I'm having this for breakfast.
Yeah. Well, we have had someone suggested like you should taste scotch in the morning because your taste buds are like differently chemically oriented.
Oh, wow.
I would experience.
Yeah,
that's science.
Smolier told us that.
Yeah.
He leaves it out overnight, leaves it open, and tastes it after it is kind of like off-gassed. All the
has
alcohol.
Given it some time to like really oxidate. Breathe. Yeah.
Breathe. Yeah. Okay.
Overnight, but just overnight. You don't want to leave it too long.
No. Otherwise, a fly or something might get in there and just like spit it out.
What's the other thing I was going to say? This reminds me of
leaves.
You
leaves.
love?
It does smell like, yeah, it does. It reminds me of something I fucking love, and that is whiskey. Yeah, no, damp leaves. Damp leaves for sure. Yeah, that's a good one, Frank. Like, yeah, just like mounds of leaves, you know. It does smell like fall.
Yeah, the leaves are wet and they've got a little bit of that gooey decay because they've been wet and stuck together. That's
this is for sure my favorite whiskey, for sure. Definitely favorite whiskey. So good.
I like it.
Do you folks watching like whiskey? I'm not sure. You're so quiet in the chat. It's hard to know.
They fucking love the show.
We fucking love them.
Hi again, Mom.
I fucking love my mom.
Yeah, we love Mom. Hey, Berta.
Would she say quit swearing?
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matt
No, she wouldn't
put
say
in the comments that he fucking loves whiskey and he got a timeout for it. It's like, oh, come on. The name of the show. You should be able to say that. So Matt, I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
We gotta edit that bot.
Yeah.
Matt fucking loves whiskey.
That bot is a little too rambunctious.
A little
Yeah.
bit. Sorry. Yeah.
That's delicious.
I feel bad, Matt. You shouldn't be.
Good whiskey. Whiskey good.
I can't even. This is the happiest hour of my week is when we get together and have this whiskey.
This is really fun. I'm having a good time.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to be on the show, man.
Thank you. Love you again, bro.
63% rum Matt had. Holy, what the That's a
rum.
That's a professional rum.
I mean, this is 63% right here. This whiskey we're having.
Oh, it is too.
Cool.
It does not. I'll say this. This does not present as a 63%. It does not at all.
Well, I think also the journey we've taken so far has prepared us for this.
You ramped up.
Because the last one was definitely more like I think more, like I could taste the alcohol in this. Like if I started off with this, I think
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't start off with this, but
Oh no, this would be too much. But
you need
even then, I think like a couple weeks ago we had one that was up in the 60s, and it really you felt every freaking percent of that.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Okay. All right.
I just want to say Thad has just approved the word fucking in our chat. So thank you, Thad.
we did it.
Yes. And also the abbreviation fucking.
What does Thad have to say about this? I have a feeling he's gonna like it.
I was busy doing other stuff.
Too busy.
So sorry, I was busy doing other stuff.
No worries, man.
A couple of questions first. This one was a raffle whiskey, right?
Yeah, this was you had to put in a bid to try and win the option to purchase it because it was one of the Highlands Festival releases they had.
Okay, because I think I put in for this one, I didn't get it, and this makes me all the more sad that I didn't get it. And secondly, Joseph, you don't like burnt marshmallows? Burnt marshmallows are the best.
Do like. Let me just say, I do like burnt marshmallows. When I was a kid, people be like roasting them all carefully. I'd be like, why are you doing that? I just burn them and then eat them, right? But like for me, if a marshmallow is like perfectly roasted and not burnt, it's a better. I think it's a better flavor, a bit. But I will absolutely burn a marshmallow.
Okay.
It could be. But thank you. Thanks for that's a good question.
All right. Like I said, I've only been on the nose for this one, but I don't do this often. But I'll even say that this is my favorite whiskey. So like.
Go.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. Such a weird feeling, right?
Yeah.
But for the nose for me, it definitely reminds me of some smoked brisket, like fresh off the barbecue. Like they just took it off, they bring it over to your table and they cut it like right there, right then and there.
What a great note.
I definitely agree with the camping and the old tires. Some other like dancing around notes for me were like corned beef and cabbage. Fireworks, so like oxidized sulfur, and then ketchup. So
in the nose, ketchup?
Yes, in the nose.
Yeah, for me it's like a chipotle ketchup. Now that I'm catching that, it's like for me it's like when they bring out a fancy bespoke chipotle ketchup.
Yeah.
Like for like a gastropub,
Mhm.
But you have not tasted it yet.
Yes, I haven't tasted it. It's hard to, right? Like whiskeys like these are the type of whiskeys that I can just sit for half an hour and just smell. Like I don't need to taste it. I probably should though, just to get y'all some notes. But
Nightbot, sorry. Matt, sorry. We don't. I thought Thad had unbanned the word and it timed him out, and now he can't even see our comments. And Frank and Joseph are frozen. So whatever. Okay, it's all good. At least you froze in a really good position.
So much. Are we?
Well, we kind of hear bits and pieces of you speaking. Video completely frozen. There you go. There you go.
We're just messing.
Damn you.
We were holding still for a while there. It's April 2nd. We had to get something. It's like a half joke. Yeah. Oh, I understand.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. At least he's frozen in a position that looks like his natural fate.
What derpy. How derpy. He looks so derpy.
Yeah, I don't once again, I don't want to science it just because it's so good. But
Yeah.
you know, but it is like 60.
I think we have to.
3%. I feel like it probably can handle it, you know.
It will hold. I hope it will hold up. Let's see.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Do what you got to do.
Discover.
What? Who said what?
One drop.
Hey Frank, are you wearing your wife's glasses? What's happening?
My no. These are male glasses. What are you talking about?
Sure. Okay, whatever. I thought you had some glasses to promote on the show. Or do you mean glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
It's
It's a little more open and airy now. It's more sweet notes, I think.
Yeah.
Less campfire. A little more rubber, but also kind of like, there's like a flowery sort of.
Like a rose.
Sure. It smells like a rose. Rose good. Rose smell good for romance. Frankenstein love rose.
Do you do this with all your guests? Are you this abusive?
Pretty much.
Nope.
No. This is reserved as a special treat for you, Frank.
All right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not going anywhere. So
I love you so much.
Oh, sure. Leave Frank alone.
But Frank, didn't your wife have something to
Clockery.
promote on the show?
Bad.
Frank, your wife had something to promote on the show, right? Didn't she come in and say something before the show, like, "Hey, put this on the show"?
Oh yeah. She wanted me to wear a pirate shirt.
It was a
shirt.
It was a Seinfeld reference. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't real.
That wasn't real.
No, she's making a joke.
Yeah. No.
Have you
It's
not
April
seen Seinfeld?
2nd, you guys. It's the 2nd.
Yeah, but you pranked yourself that time.
Yeah.
We
Kind
did
of
a-
did. Kind of
Yep.
did.
You know, it's like if you played Pictionary against us, it would be entirely frustrating, and we don't even know why. But it's like we have like a brother mental connection. Like Frank or I will like draw like a circle, and he'll be like, Richard III, but with a Kenneth Branagh production or whatever. Like he'll just like immediately know, and people be like, no, they'll get angry. Like,
Come on.
Pretty fun.
It's like a year of abuse of each other. That's like years of growing up.
Years and years of abuse.
Yeah, it sears all that stuff in your brain.
Yep.
You know what? I fucking love whiskey.
Oh, I almost snorted that.
Oh,
wow.
Good.
Pretty good bag.
And notes on the snorting.
Yeah, what are your snorting notes? I haven't tasted it with science yet.
Try not to sneak. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, it's more peppery. It's got more spice
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
More spicy, but I also the meaty flavor, whatever that is, also really came forward.
That brisket is like right in there. But what's weird how it makes it like more alcohol-y.
Yeah.
Like it makes it more fire in a good way. Damn.
Oh yeah, the 63% shows up.
Yeah.
It's a little drop of water.
Thad, you've tasted it by now, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, I've tasted it. Yes, I've tasted it by now. Without water, I haven't tasted it with water yet. I just put it in. So with water, I like the nose more, even though it kills off notes for me. I'm a huge sucker for barbecue and brisket, and it just intensifies that on the nose for me. So, so I really enjoy that. But without water on the taste, I definitely get used leather boots. The Campfire set definitely there. Some diesel fuel is there. Like it's a very like workshop, like by the beach type of deal going on for me. I haven't tasted with water yet, so
here it goes. He's doing it now. I feel it.
I am.
The Maillard reaction is the chemical description of cooked meat flavor. Oh, thank you, Jill. Matt.
You know, it changes the taste completely differently for me with water, but I actually enjoy it more. It is hotter. It does bring a little bit more energy to it, and it's a little more punchier, but it brings out some lighter notes. Like, yes, it's savory, but it's like the lightness that you get from like putting citrus on top of like a cooked fish or something, right? Like it's very refreshing.
Crazy that a whiskey is refreshing. Like it's just the thing you wouldn't think. Like, I mean, we would, but I think most people would be like, whiskey's refreshing. No, that's a heavy drink. That's serious. It's like, no, it's fizzy and exciting.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like
it's so enthralling.
Yeah.
I love
Makes you feel warm.
What?
Hey, you know what else I love? I love you guys. I love our audience. I hate having to say goodbye, but we're kind of like at 6:12, which we're kind of a little over time.
We're pushing it really quickly. Frank, you've had 3 whiskeys. You had 5 whiskeys.
5 whiskeys. 6 whiskeys, actually, really.
We have a question for you. Do you like whiskeys?
I fucking love whiskeys. They're the best. And
Delivered like a pro.
He beats us because he fucking loves whiskey. He loves whiskeys. We only love whiskey. He loves whiskeys. It's plural.
Oh,
Plural.
damn it.
Wow.
Matt,
Frank
carbonating a whiskey? Really? I don't.
Wait, what to say?
He said you should try carbonating a whiskey sometime.
Ooh.
You know what?
I will consider it.
I will consider it. Thank you, Outside In Theater. If you are a fan of theater in any form, please subscribe. Awesome, great shows on the channel. Thank you, Thad, for being the most awesome technical director of our show and also the best tasting notes of anyone on this show. It should really be Thad's show, and we're just like assholes who kind of come on camera and do nonsense. And actually, you know what? It kind of is. Damn.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that part out loud.
I'm not.
People know that. They watch the show. If they're watching, they know.
They know already. And again, thank you, Geek Filter, for our graphics. Thank you, you for watching. Thank you, Frank and Joseph's mother, for having them, because I love Joseph, and Frank I tolerate, but I love Joseph, so
we all tolerate him.
Yeah, so's my wife.
That's kind of the way it is. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, everyone who was in the chat.
Bye, everybody.